Hello, and welcome to Rails and Tales Storytime at the B&O Ellicott City Station Museum. In honor of Native American Heritage Month, today we are going to read Coyote Rides the Sun, a Native American folktale. Coyote Rides the Sun, a Native American folktale. Look, look, in the field, a coyote. Isn't it handsome? Well, don't let Coyote's good looks fool you. He's a clever fellow, and curious too. Native American desert people, called the Paiute, have a story about Coyote's fur. Once, Coyote's fur was the color of desert sand, and that's all. But one day, Coyote rode on the back of the sun, and his fur was changed forever. I remember the day Coyote was born. Old Man, the creator of the world, came to visit him. Poco, that is Old Man's name, loved Coyote. Poco taught him to hunt squirrels and rabbits. Coyote always wanted to gobble up his food. If Poco hunted a rabbit, Coyote ran to eat it. He ran so fast, a cloud of desert sand swirled up behind him. Seeing the dust, Poco put up his hand, like a stop sign. Coyote skidded to a halt. Thank Rabbit for his life first, instructed Poco. Then you may eat. Woo, woo! From that day on, Coyote howled with gratitude before each meal, and Poco was pleased. When he finished eating, Coyote spit on his paws and licked them clean. He sat down to warm himself in the sun. That's how he fell in love with the sun. Well, one day, Coyote went to Poco, who was fishing. "Old man," he said, "I want to meet the sun. Will you introduce us?" Poco thought on this for a moment. "I can't today," he said, "but I will tell you the way to the ground hole where the sun comes up each morning." So he did. Coyote bounded toward the sun. He chased Sun, but could not catch up with him. Sun went around all day, and Coyote found himself back where he had started. The next day, Coyote visited Poco. "Old man," he said, "I have followed your directions to the hole where the sun comes up, but I arrived too late. Do you know a shortcut?" Poco thought for a moment. "When I was a boy, I took a different route through Tool Marsh." So Coyote bounded towards Sun's hole. His long legs paddled through Tool Marsh. Coyote swam so fast, Perch could not keep up with him. At last, Coyote saw the hole where the sun comes up. But he was too late. Sun was already in the sky. Sun went around all day, and Coyote could not catch up with him. "Ha-hoo!" Coyote cried and cried. But finally, his tears were all used up, and Coyote made up his mind to try again. The next morning, when Sun tried to come up out of his hole, Coyote was in the way. Sun said, "Hey, move you! I have work to do." "Move you! I have work to do," Coyote sang back. Sun tried to bump Coyote out of the way. Coyote sprang into the air. Yip! He landed head first inside the hole. "Move! Move!" shouted Sun. "I must rise now." "Oh," Coyote said, pretending he couldn't hear. "What a nice long night it is." "Okay then," Sun said helplessly. What must I do to get you to move? Coyote sprang up. Sun, he yipped, I want to ride across the sky with you. No way, Sun said, but Coyote wouldn't give up. Climb on my back then, huffed Sun. Sun began walking across the sky as if he were climbing stairs. 1, 2, 3, he counted on and on. Sun grew hotter with each step. Coyote's fur started to smoke. Haroo! The tip of Coyote's tail turned black. At noon, Sun's heat was fierce. Coyote licked his dry chops. Sun, he said, I need some water. So Sun gave Coyote an acorn cup of water. Sun, Coyote whimpered, is that really all the water you have? But Sun just kept on counting and climbing. He grew brighter and hotter. Haroo! Coyote yelped in pain. Close your eyes and rest, Sun told him. Coyote closed his eyes and felt better. Once in a while, he would open them to see at the ground below him. At last, Sun came to the end of his journey. Coyote was so relieved. He leapt into the first juniper tree he could reach. From that day forward, Coyote's fur looked as if it had been toasted like a marshmallow. Coyote hid from the sun during the hot hours of the day. He closed his eyes and took long naps while waiting for the earth to cool down. I asked Coyote once if he'd like to ride the sun again. No way, he whimpered and scurried away into the desert. The end. We hope you enjoyed our story today, Coyote Rides the Sun. Do you have a favorite folk tale? Let us know in the comments. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you next time.